Hello everyone, and today we're going to be looking at the Audio Technica ATH MSR7s. Now, what can we say about these headphones? Let's just start right off the bat. These are great headphones. Alright, you're not going to regret purchasing them. But you gotta want more detail than that, right? So let's talk about the build quality to start with. Are these well built? If you're worried about their durability, then I think I would give them a 7 out of 10 because these are all plastic, even though they look like metal. This part is metal, this is metal, but everything else is just plastic right here. And that's okay because it makes them light. This is metal, the headband. And the leather is very soft, very comfortable. I know for a fact that these pads are thicker and plushier than the M series, the M 20, 30, 40, 50Xs, all those. Yeah, this a better made pad, better designed pad. And well, there's one thing. The leather stitching on the headband right here, it's not perfectly aligned. So it doesn't affect the comfort or the usability at all. It's just a cosmetic issue. So you might want to keep that in mind. And also, if we're gonna talk about cosmetics, then let's look at how good looking it is. This one's the gunmetal gray version. You can get a black version. This one's the gunmetal gray, and look at that. The touch and the texture is just smooth, and it feels premium, it feels luxurious. This red accents here on the inside of the cups. It looks great. In my opinion, it looks great. And it's built well. I mean, I wouldn't throw this around because you can see it's a premium product. You don't want to just be really rough with it. So I wouldn't want to throw these around, although it can definitely survive an accidental drop, or say if you just want to put them in your bag, they're not going to break. So no problems there. Oh, and the headband is especially tough because when they came to me, they were extremely tight. The clamping force was still very strong. So, or maybe my head's just too big. So they were really tight, and then I had to adjust the headband right here in order to loosen them up so we can get the comfort out of the issue. And yes, let's talk about comfort. So as I said before, these pads are much thicker and plushier, so my ears don't hurt. Great. And if you're worried about your ears being too big, these might be a little too big. A little too small if you have really big ears. But I usually have problems with just no name headphones and my ears fitting into them. And these fit in there just fine. It's just the thickness might not be enough for it to not touch the drivers, or this thin film of cloth touching your ears. So, but that could be a problem, a combination of problems. You could have the clamping force too tight. So if that's the problem, then you might want to just adjust the headband first and make sure that is loose enough so that when you put it on, it's not exceedingly tight and then you feel uncomfortable. And then you can look at the pads and see if they are just simply too thin for your ears to not touch the drivers. After adjusting headband, I had no problems. But before I adjust the headband, then my ears would touch the drivers, just stick on them. So try it out for yourself. I think these pads are thick enough for most ears, but of course everybody's different. You might need thicker pads. So with everything sorted, the pads I think are good, the headband adjusted, and of course the length adjusted, then everything's fine. I can wear these for hours. No comfort issues here. But although I do want to say one thing, is that if your head is really big, and I think my head's pretty big, if your head is one of those plus sizes, then these might not have enough adjustment for you. especially if you don't adjust the headband. If you do adjust the headband, then it might fit your head better, but if you don't adjust the headband and you just adjust this to try to fit onto an exceedingly large sized head, then these might not have enough length, because I have to max these out. These can't come out anymore. These can't extend anymore, and they're just right for me. So if your head's bigger than mine, or shaped a little bit, I don't know, bulb shaped, then that might be a problem. But other than that, try it out for yourself. Go to a store or purchase them or borrow them from a friend, and then see if they're comfortable for you, especially after adjustments. So that's that comfort out of the side. Again, these are just beautiful, very well made. Feels very premium. Everything you touch just feels good. All right, so let's talk about the sound. And, well, how should I say this? I'm gonna have to compare these with my all-time favorites, the Panasonic RP-HD10s, and here they are. There we go. So, let's start with Soundstage, because Soundstage, in terms of Soundstage, these do an amazing job. These do an amazing job. These do an amazing job. So which one's better? Which one's which? Well, these provide a big soundstage. Okay, a huge soundstage. Like, well, I shouldn't say huge. These provide a bigger soundstage. But these provide a more accurate soundstage, more precise imaging. So while I can feel like, oh wow, I'm on top of the mountain and the breezes are coming in just through my hair, into my face, and I feel, wow, it's so wide. The soundstage is just there and everything's peaceful. These, I can hear the birds chirping in the back, the leaves rustling. I know where they are. I know where that sound is coming from. And that's good. But it doesn't have the same kind of sheer width of the soundstage on these. I'm not saying these are not detailed, and I'm not saying these are not wide in terms of soundstage, but these do some things better than this. Wide soundstage, detailed soundstage. Okay, with soundstage aside, let's talk about clarity. Music fidelity. No, sorry, not music, clarity. So these provide a very detailed sound, but not as detailed as these. These are very polite headphones. What do I mean by polite? These headphones, their highs won't kill you. Their bass won't kill you. And of course their mids won't kill you. They're very detailed. They will give you that music, that part of the music that's in the file. But between each note, the transition is just slightly rounded off. So you don't have a note and note, note and note. There's no sharp transition. The transitions are rounded off, very polite, so that you don't feel tired listening to these. You don't feel like the notes are just coming at you like a sharp knife. Very polite, very gentle. You still get very detailed sound, but you lose a little bit of that extreme crispness that you get on these. These are not as polite. The transitions are sharper, and they'll give you the kind of detail if you are really, really into that extremely fast transition. And these will give you a very good musical experience that has that slightly rounded off transition. So, in terms of the bass, these are just overall flatter headphones. I'm not saying these are purely flat, because I'm sure they're flavored and they're colored and they have their own characteristics. It's just, these are flatter compared to these. These are just that much more V-shaped in terms of sound than these. Well, after all, I mean, these are called Music Reality, the Music Reality series, MSR7s. So, while these aren't completely flat, these are much more suited for high fidelity music, for that what the music is supposed to sound like. These will give you that. These will do a better job than this will. I want to say these are more fun, but these are more neutral. So the highs, these will be louder. The bass, these will be louder. Punchier, strong, controlled bass. It's got bass. This one, MSR7's got bass, but it doesn't have that kind of a sense of control. That sense of control that these have. And they're quieter. So just imagine that if these are V-shaped, and these are just a little bit more flat. So these might not be as fun to listen to, but at least you can listen for these for a longer period of time without feeling tired, because these are just very gentle headphones that'll give you great sound, detailed sound, but these are more fun and exciting. So I guess it's really, again, up to personal taste. If you like to have a fun yet still quite neutral sound, then you'd like these. These will not disappoint. Even if you like the sound of these and then you just bought these, you keep these, that'll be fine. You're not going to be angry that you kept these because these sound so terrible. No. These will give you clarity, polite and gentle musicality. And the detail you're looking for will still be there. Just a little bit more, how should I say, trimmed. There we go, trimmed. A little bit more controlled by the manufacturer. So all in all, I have to say, these are not so much for me as much as these are. Because if I wanted neutrality, I would not get these. If I wanted absolute neutrality, I would get something like Sennheiser HD600s or Audio-Technica M40Xs. I'd get those and save a lot of money purchasing the M40Xs instead of these. But if I had to pick one headphone that can do both, then it wouldn't be these, it wouldn't be anything else, it would be this. Because this will produce a very musical sound without coloring it too much that you just lose sight of what the music was supposed to be like in the first place. Plus they look good. Always a sucker for good looking headphones. Oh, and before we end, the wire that comes with these headphones, they're a little bit plasticky. Yeah, they're a little bit plasticky. I mean, they look great. They're brown, just like the leather pads and the leather headband. But if you compare that to the wire, oh, where's the wire of the? There we go. If we compare that to the wire of the RPHD10s, these are just much softer. They try not to tangle. They try to be very soft. But these, they have a mind of their own. Yeah, that loop's not going anywhere. That loop's not going anywhere. So, cable quality goes to the RPHD10s. Fun sound goes to the RPHD10s. Soundstage imaging goes to these. Neutrality goes to these. Comfort, that's very subjective. For me, it would be these because I got ears and they don't touch the insides. These might need a little bit more adjustments, but both are very comfortable. No questions asked. So yeah, if you like Audio Technica, you like the looks, you like the sound, go for these. Try it out. No branding here. All right, take care, guys. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. All right, take care. Bye-bye.